Yo, this is Dova Blackhat Gaming. I do RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and many more. Subscribe to see more and enjoy the video.
Raven Rock will certainly be
You're
a lot
back.
safer now.
Please, tell me what
Why
you
you're
found.
leading Cretius on, I'll never understand.
You're back. Please, tell me what you found. Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone. Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a... Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do. They've laughed at me, Aphia. They thought I was a crazy old fool, but I proved them wrong.
People laugh at things they don't believe. It helps them accept the unknown.
You're too kind to people, always giving them the benefit of the doubt. Don't know how you put up with it.
Well, I put up with you, don't I?
Well, now that's done. Who would have known that we were going to find all of that? The Nordic ruin, Grecian and his journal, a magical sword, and a powerful dragon priest. I'm happy, though, that Cretius got the answers he was looking for. Hopefully he can get the mine reopened, too. Raven Rock needs it.
Just you and me against the world now. Not that I'm complaining.
Sometimes you do things that really baffle my mind. What's the plan? If you run into any trolls, just remember they're more scared of you than you are of them. Well,
I'm sorry to bother you,
probably.
but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent. All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the ash spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
What's wrong with you? Why do you keep diving headfirst into these Daedric books? Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable, the weather or the inhabitants. I was just remembering the castle courtyard, back before when things were better between us. Between my mother and I. We'd tend to her garden back there. It was really nice, you know? It was cared for by an alchemical master and nurtured for hundreds of years. Which makes it all the more sad that the garden will never look the same.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Raven Rock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed. The Ulen family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head. It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. As Second Councillor, it's my responsibility to explore the possibility of any threat, no matter how paranoid it might seem. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead, and I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulen's house, House Lalu, already in Raven Rock. Raven Rock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing. I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Raven Rock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes. Traitors. The lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses. Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance. House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. Don't worry. You can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
I can't say I'm surprised. From what I've read about Dunmer history, there's always been this kind of backstabbing. It's almost like political intrigue is in their nature. This brings nothing but pain and destruction, ultimately. Just look at what happened to my family. Come on, let's go talk to Geldis. Hopefully he can make more sense of this. And be careful. There could be eyes and ears everywhere.
Very well.
If there's anything at all I can do to help, please let me know.
I don't know if I can do this anymore, Modin.
Is it because of your father, or is it me?
He's never been
How
the
are you
same
doing,
since my
love?
mother died. I don't think he ever wants me to feel the pain he suffers.
At some point, you're going to have to choose. No matter the outcome, I'll always respect your decision.
Of course.
Thanks.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue Jammer that will ever grace your lips. How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sujamma in hand. He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised. But you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink," and tosses the bottle, and it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick. True story, friend. True story. Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulans for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulan ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulans must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Watch yourself out there. Looks like an ash storm might be brewing.
Ash yams and a tomb. Huh, definitely didn't expect this development. Ash yams and a tomb. Huh, definitely didn't expect this development.
Try and stay warm out there. Or in my case, stay shaded.
This must be the place. I certainly hope this is all worth it. If this lead turns out to be a dead end, let's just hope it doesn't end up like that. But we knew what we were getting into.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. What do you mean? I thought I was clear. I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit. Please, I don't wish to be disturbed while I'm meditating.
Using that spell again? Someone's been raiding the dusty section of the college library, haven't they?
This woman, she rubs me off the wrong way. I can't put my finger on it, but we should keep an eye on her.
I don't know what you're playing at, brother, but something about you just doesn't add up.
Understandable, considering the differences between us.
I'm not talking about that. I have a knack for smelling trouble, and for some reason you reek of it.
I promise you, I have nothing but good intentions towards everyone in this town.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, Modin Veleth, captain of the Redderin Guard, at your service.
Admiral, a word, please. Fethis, I'm quite busy at the moment. Why hasn't a Redderin
Thank you for your
Guard been
assistance.
posted at my shop?
It's raised
Like I
my men's
requested.
spirits quite a bit.
You and I both know we can't spare anyone right now. I don't care if you still have friends at the
The
East
mines are
Empire
open and the
Company
shop
or
is
not.
busy again.
They abandoned us long ago, so your contacts are meaningless here. That's it. I hope Gelders proved useful. Have you made any progress? Telesu. Are you sure? So Gelders' plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck.
Mogrul, care for anything from my stand today?
Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendor.
I'd rather eat
They have a
cheese
single
with
child,
sun
a
for
daughter
me.
named
Look,
Miri.
I know why
They
you're
arrived here 10
I'll
years
get
ago
the
and
coin,
have been
I
nothing but a
promise.
benefit to Raven Rock
If
ever
you want
since.
that beautiful wife of yours to stay that way,
They're
you'd
quite
better.
wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands. People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it,
Lord,
I'll be the
you
laughing
need to
stock of the
talk some
colony.
sense into your husband.
You can't get blood from a stone, Mogrul.
You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open.
That isn't my
But
problem.
all I see
was clear
is a
when I
new
was young.
security problem on
And I
our
wanted
hands.
back my first harvest.
Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Raven Rock. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb.
And put it on my account.
The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Be careful. If the Severins have betrayed us, Then they'll be well armed.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
So, the counselor wants us to do his dirty work. Lovely. To be fair, we did implicate Tilisu, and we can't exactly say no to the counselor, lest we end up like the Ulans. Guess we're really caught in the mud crab cage, huh?
Oh, come on. You know me, Captain Veleth.
I'll be keeping an eye on you, and I know you'll be doing the same with me.
I'll send you back to Skyrim in a crate. You understand me?
Yes, sir, Captain Veleth, sir.
Hey, do you have a minute? About my mother. Wouldn't it be a good time to visit her again? To let her know that my father is... You know what I'm talking about. Great, but I can't help but feeling worried. What if she sees that I'm, you know, together with you? Yes, I did say that once. Thanks for keeping my spirits up.
It's good to have somewhere like this to come back to. Home is where your heart is, right? Or is it where you hang your hat? What if you don't have a hat? Should we be giving hats to the homeless?
Watch it, Talisu. I think we might have a visitor.
Is someone there?
Oh, it's on.
Marvin,
Rather exciting.
Morvain's reign is over. I'm going to enjoy this.
House Lala. Revenge.
This is in your day. Time to finish this.
You think I'm afraid of you?
Good night.
It's not my time.
Take this!
I knew it. So the Ulan family was behind this all along, backstabbing Nuaz. They'd probably have some connections with the Morag Tong as well. Let's keep our guard up if we're going to be pursuing them.
How much
Did
longer
you
do
find any
intend to
evidence
serve
at
this-
Severin Manor yet?
I'm sorry.
Then
my lord.
we finally
This
have them.
island
All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
Part of me is missing.
Good. I'm going to send 2 of the best Rerenn Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
What troubles you?
I was concerned
Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time. Be ready for anything.
Let's meet up with these guards.
I'll speak with
If this family we're hunting is as powerful as we suspect, then the guards will definitely need some backup.
I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
Ha! Found you!
Time to die!
Ow!
That's it!
You think I'm afraid of you?
That's enough of you. Oh, it's on.
Is someone there? Over here! It's you're going to pay for this!
You know, you could have waited a bit longer.
You'll have to do better than that!
I'm not someone to be trifled with. Oh.
What was that? Found you.
Well, you asked for it.
Over here! Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
You must. That's the best you can do? You dare fight a Dova?
I'm afraid of you. Victory is yours. I submit.
We were too late. Looks like we're on our own. Are you up for this? Thank you. For... So, where are we off to now?
Back with more flattery, I see.
Right behind
you.
you.
Is someone there?
Get ready. Trouble ahead. Bad idea.
Molag Paw! Lucky! Not expecting this, were you?
Honestly think.
I yield! You're going to pay for this!
What? No!
That's enough out of you. Knife ear. Come on, let's head back to Raven Rock. The Counselor would want to hear of the good news.
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it! Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time. Be ready for anything.
Glory only awaits those who...
Then, it's finally over. What of the Reverend Guard I sent to assist you? Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this. Follow me, and I'll take you to the Councillor so you can speak to him yourself.
What is it, my love?
Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
I'm glad we're here together,
Adriel,
if you know what I mean.
I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What you've done for me, for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial. Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community. The mines are open and the ebony has begun to flow because of your discovery. My eternal gratitude and blessings go with you, friend.
I don't know how I feel about this. Do you need something? Ready if you are.
What's the plan?
You know, I still can't get over it. My mother. Just locking me up like some dangerous thing. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just can't help thinking about it. Let's keep moving. I'll be fine.
Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. See you all on the next video. Enjoy life. And stay.
Walk with the Allmaker.